No man must ever believe that they own a woman in South Africa. Effective from this month, we now want to move to a stage where when you touch a woman and you are arrested, no bail for you. Because there is no justifiable reason for us as men to believe that we own women. As you said, Minister Dlamini Zuma, yes, there was a period where men believed that they owned women. And we must relegate that to the past. It could have belonged to the slavery days, but today, no man must ever believe that they own a woman in South Africa. No man must ever believe that they own a woman.
I want you to watch that video, and then I want you to scroll through the comments a little bit and then come back here. The fight for women's rights will always result in violence from men. Always. That is something that we need to be very aware of. I've been saying for months on here that the majority of men are misogynistic, and I've gotten responses from both men and women telling me that I'm wrong. But look at the response to the president saying that if you assault a woman, you're not getting bail, and if you unalive a woman, you're not getting released from prison, and that no man owns a woman. Look at the response. Thousands of men across the country are screaming and crying. They're upset. They're angry that they're losing power, that they no longer get to own women, that they no longer get to hurt women and get away with it. But you want to tell me that the majority of men are not misogynist?
I have been talking about the conditions of women and girls globally for a little while now. And today's conversation takes me to South Africa. The South African president declared that women were not property of men, which for an American, that makes sense to me because I was born at a time where I was my own person and I didn't belong to a man. And women here had to fight for our right to actually own ourselves, to not be property of men. And we actually had to put laws on the books here in this country that marital rape was against the law, and we had to actually start prosecuting males that committed intimate partner violence. So I understand that they are in the infancy of fighting for women to actually be safe and secure in their country. Now, I am in this post where men are like, oh my God, they are freaking out in the comment section. Like this person says, if Ramaphosa doesn't want to be our president, he must resign with immediate effect and apply a position in a women's league at once, I guess. So because this president believes that women should be protected and that women should be free from violation of their bodies, this person and many people in the comment section think like this, that women and girls don't deserve some modicum of safety. They are literally in the comments upset that women's bodies have to be respected. This person wants the president to step down. This woman says he waited for many women and children to die before this, but at least he finally came to his senses. This woman, and like I said before in many of my other videos, that women uphold patriarchy just like men do. This woman says, Lord, please protect my father, my son, my husband, my uncles, and my little brother. What about the protection for women and girls? This woman, like I said, because women are the upholders of patriarchy just like men, she says, my brothers in South Africa stay single. This woman, this sounds good, but I so wish us women won't abuse this new law, because wow. What about the women and girls that are harmed because there are no protections in place? So as I started using my Google machine, rape is endemic in South Africa, and it is one of the highest in the globe Yet these people think that the men are the ones that need protection. What about the women? Rape in South Africa is systemic and endemic. The country's annual police crime statistics confirm this. There were over 42,000 rapes reported in 2019-2020, as well as over 7,700 SAs. This translates to about 115 rapes per day, and that is what is reported. Let's please understand that most women don't come forward, especially in a patriarchy that values men more than women. Women just don't come forward. But policies to deal with the urgency in these very high levels of SV tend to individualize rape in a way that creates the impression that only some men rape and that these are just rotten apples. Recognize that this is a systemic problem. It's systemic because women don't come forward. It's systemic because if men are in charge of, the prosecuting and taking evidence and looking into these matters, if they don't care about women, then they're not going to care about prosecuting rape. So I just wanted to point that out because all these people are like, oh my God, what about the men? Women who have lived in an oppressive country is part of the reason why feminism exists and why feminism is growing globally. Because women are tired of living in these oppressive countries where they are not protected. So this is an article from last year, ending gender-based violence in South Africa, 1 March at a time. So the women are being loud about it. So finally, it looks like their president is listening. It has been estimated that a woman is unalived in South Africa every 4 hours, and at least half of them have been unalived by an intimate partner. The rate at which women are unalived by intimate partners is also 5 times higher than the global average. So for the people that are like, clutching their pearls and just thinking, oh my God, my husband, my son, my cousin, my daddy, what about the women in this country? I do like to report on global birth rate trends. And in 1960, in South Africa, there were over 6 births per woman in 1960. That number has dropped dramatically, and I am here for it. I'm here for what women are doing as far as opting out. This is a big drop. And we have to understand that sometimes these dudes do use babies as an anchor, and sometimes these babies are a result of rape. So I hope that women continue to be loud and that people start pushing for more security, more safety measures for women and girls, because in this country, in South Africa, they actually really need the protection, because who is looking out for the women like these men get looked out for? And I am being loud, and I'm using my megaphone, because men, they get so much support in these patriarchal communities, these patriarchal countries, that will support a male who is more likely to harm a woman than a woman is to lie about being raped or assaulted. So this is for my global sisters. If you guys have any countries that you want me to go to and search out and look at statistics, make sure you jump into the comment section. I'll definitely look into the numbers as I see it. This is a global problem. Feminism, even here in the United States, is basically, just 2 generations out. So I can see how tenuous women having our rights is, and I can see that many of these countries are in its infancy of women demanding safety, security, and, a situation where we just have opportunities to live and thrive, because women deserve it.